Hello everyone, Carson here back on Sudoku on New York Times. Today is April 12th, 2024. Let's start today's hard Sudoku. Okay, so first of all I see these 5s pointing left and this cell sees 5. We also got these 5s forcing the digit 5 into one of these two cells in block 6. Okay, I think that's it for 5s. These 7s and these 7s, all of these 7s, force the digit 7 into this cell in block 4. This 7 points up and this 7 points right to force the digit 7 into column 5 in block 2. And then these 7s point down and this cell C7. But this cell points this 7 points right and this 7 points down to force the digit 7 into this cell in block 9, which places the 7 into this cell in block 8. These 7s point up and this cell C7. Okay, so in column 7, we got 6 and 9 pointing down. So now if you look at block 9, there are 2 open cells remaining for both digits 6 and 9. Because in block 9, 6 and 9 still need to go somewhere else. Somewhere in block 9. And these 3 cells, C6 and 9. So these 2 cells are the only 2 open cells available for both 6 and 9. So these 2 cells form a 6-9 pair, eliminating all other digits from these 2 cells. That does make the other 3 open cells in block 9 a 1 to 8 triple. But this cell sees 2 and 8. So actually this cell is a 1. The other 2 cells are for 2 and 8. And now the other 3 open cells in column 7 are for 3, 4, and 5. This cell sees 4. In row 9, we have 3 open cells remaining, and the digits that go in the cells are 4, 6, and 9. I'll just mark that down. Okay, so these ones point up and this cell sees 1. These 3s point left and this cell sees 3. This 4 points down and this 4 points left, so that forces the digit 4 into column 5 in block 8. This 4 points up and this 4 points right, so that forces the digit 4 into row 1 in block 3. And these 4s point left, so that the digit 4 is forced into this cell in block 1. And then these 4s point down, the cell sees 4, and at the same time eliminates the 4 from the cell. Okay, in row 3, we got 3 open cells left. The digits that go into the open cells are 2, 7, and 8. But this cell sees 7 and 8. So this cell must be a 2, and the other two remaining open cells are for 7 and 8. What about column 6? In column 6, 1, 4, 6, and 9 are the digits that go into the open cells. And this cell sees 1, 4, and 6. So actually, this cell must be a 9, because it literally cannot contain any other digits. It sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the only digit that this cell does not see is 9. So the digit 9 has to go in the cell to avoid an empty cell. And then these 3 cells are for 1, 4, and 6. The cell sees 1 and the cell sees 4. And you can see that in column 6, because this cell can't be a 4, so the digit 4 is forced into one of these 2 cells. And none of the other open cells in block 5 can contain a 4. I guess these 4s already tell that none of these open cells can contain 4 anyway, so yeah. Okay, something really annoying is that in column 5, all cells are empty. So it's gonna be quite difficult to get digits placed in the middle area. Let's look at, oh wait, I just placed this 9. So it points left to force the digit 9 into row 1 in block 1. Let's look at column 3. In column 3, 1, 3, 5, 8, and 9 are the digits that go into the open cells. First of all, these 2 cells see 5 and 8, so these 2 cells can only contain the digits 1, 3, and 9, but this cell also sees 1. So 1, 3, 9, and 3, 9. 1, 3, 5, 8, 9. 1, 3, 5, 8, 9. This cell sees 3 and 9, so this cell can only contain 1, 5, or 8. 1, 3, 5, 8, 9. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, wait, this cell... Let's see, 1, 3, 5, 8, 9. This cell sees 3 and the 9 from the 6, 9 pair in block 9. So this cell can only contain 1, 5, or 8 as well. What about row 4? In row 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 are the digits that go into the open cells. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. This cell sees 3 and 5, so it can only contain 1, 2, or 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, definitely not this one. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, but this cell sees 1, 3, and 5. So this cell can only contain either 2 or 6. What about column 9? In column 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9 are the digits that go into the open cells. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So first of all, these two cells, C, 6, and 9. So these two cells can only contain 2, 4, and 8. But this cell also sees 4, so 2, 4, 8, and then 2, 8. Alright. These 6's force the digit 6 into one of these two cells in block 2. Okay, in row 8, we got a 6-9 pair here, meaning that the other 5 open cells remaining are for 1, 2, 4, 5, and 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8. This cell sees 1, 4, and 8, so this cell can only contain either 2 or 5. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8. This cell sees 2 and 5, so it can only contain 1, 4, or 8. I'm not sure if this marking is working right now. Hmm. Oh, well, I've just seen something. This took me quite some time to see. Okay, so in row 2, let's look at row 2. These 3 cells see 3 and 7 in the same block, and this cell also sees 3 and 7 in column 9. And both 3 and 7, these two digits, still have to go somewhere in column 2. So that leaves just these two cells available for both digits 3 and 7. Because in row 2, these 4 open cells cannot contain 3 and 7, and there are only 2 open cells which can contain both 3 and 7. So actually these two cells form a 3-7 pair and eliminates all other digits from these two cells. So after the digit 1 is eliminated from this cell, it is placed into this cell in block 3. Okay. Oh, and now, this cell sees 2 down here, this cell sees 2 down here, and this cell cannot contain 2 because of the 3-7 pair, right? So now in block 3, the digit 2 is forced into column 9. No matter what, I'm going to have the 2 end up in one of these 2 cells, which eliminates the 2 from the cell because it shares the same column as these 2 cells. So this cell must be a 6 because it can't be anything else. And we've also found that 2 cannot go in the cell. So this must be a 6, which points down, makes this a 9 and 6. And then these 9s force the digit 9 into one of these 2 cells in block 6. The 3 open cells left in column 9 are 4, 2, 4, and 8. But I just found out that because the 2 must go up here, the cell can't contain a 2. Okay, 6 from the cell is removed. 6 in the cell is removed, or eliminated, I should say. And that actually, yeah, this cell cannot contain 6, and the 6 points down. So now, in block 4, the digit 6 is forced into column 1. It's forced into column 1, which points down and eliminates the digit 6 from the cell, making this a 9. Okay. And then all of these 9s force the digit 9 into this cell in block 8. This 9 also places the digit 9 into this cell in block 1. Yeah, this 9 and this 9. Places the 9 here. Okay, let's get back to row 4. 1, 2, 3, and 5 are the digits that go into the open cells. This cell sees 5, so it's 1, 2, 3. Oh, also not 1, of course. That's in the same block. Okay, so this cell can only contain 2 or 3. This cell, I was just looking at block 1. 1, 2, 5, and 8 are the digits that go into the open cells. You know what, I'll just spell them all. Alright, so 1 goes into one of these 3 cells. The digit 2, I think it can't go in this cell only, so it goes into one of these 3 cells. 5 goes into one of these 2 cells, and 8 has to go into one of these 2 cells because these 2 cells see 8 in this column. So there we go. This cell can only contain a 2. Let's double check. This cell sees 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So yeah, this cell can only contain 2. Okay. And this 2 actually forces the digit 2 to go in this cell in block 3. Okay, these 2s force the digit 2 into this cell in block 4, which points right and makes this cell a 3, which makes this a 5, which makes this a 1, 1. I'm pretty sure I pressed 1, but probably my other finger held it down to 3, so yeah, it should be a 1. Okay, so now row 4 is done. And after I place this 1, the digit 1 in block 8 is also placed into the cell. Okay, we got a 4-6 pair here. Okay, I see that these 6s, they point down, and this cell C6. Not sure if that does anything though. Oh wait, oh, what am I doing? Why am I not following up on the digits that I recently placed? Okay, after I placed 3 and 5 in block 6, the cell is now a 4. Okay, which completes column 6 as well. This 6 points left and the 6 points down. So now in block 4, the digit 6 goes into this cell. And then these two cells see 1 in the same row, which makes this a 1. And then this cell sees 9, so it goes here. And then this is a 3. And then these 3's point down, this cell sees 3, so the digit 3 goes into this cell in block 7. Okay, now these 3's points up, so in block 3, the digit 3 goes into this cell, which makes this a 7, this a 3, this an 8, this a 7, this a 4, this an 8, and then this cell now sees 9, so 9 goes here, which makes this a 2. These two cells are for 6 and 8. These two open cells remaining are for 5 and 8 to complete this row, but not known yet. These two cells are for 2 and 3, but this cell sees 3, so 2 and 3 like this. Okay, now these ones points left, and this cell sees 1. So in block 7, the digit 1 goes into this cell, which points up, makes this an 8, and then this cell sees 1, so it's 5 and 1 like this. This column finishes off with a 5, column 3 finishes off with an 8. And then this cell sees 4, so it goes here, 6, and then this cell is a 6 to finish this row, which points up 8 and 6, 8 and 5, making this a 5, 2, okay, it's done. Alright, so I've finished today's New York Times hard Sudoku in about 23 minutes. Not my best solve so far, but still could have gone worse. I feel like this Sudoku puzzle is a bit trickier than other Sudoku puzzles I've encountered before. Yeah, it's slightly more difficult, slightly trickier than the average difficulty of hard levels. Okay, so the key spots, I think, for this puzzle, there are a lot actually. I'll just talk about the major ones. I really think the 3-7 pair in row 2 mattered. 3-7 pair in row 2, which forced the digit 2 in block 3 into column 9, and made the cell a 6, which then furthered forced the digit 6 into column 1 in block 4. So all of these chain reactions, you might not spot the whole chain immediately, but actually it acts like a chain reaction. So once you get something done, it further pushes down, further narrows down the valid options, I can say. Yeah. Alright. So yeah. Hopefully you also spotted everything you needed to see. yeah. I mean, if you've got any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. I know this puzzle is a bit trickier than usual, so yeah. Alright, today is April 12th, 2024. I'll see you all in tomorrow's New York Times Hot Sudoku Solve. Bye!